Hello everybody, it's me, Alec John Bell. I am here today to do another video with you. Today is my first Oracle deck review, and I'm super excited to be doing this video, and let's just go ahead and get into it. So the deck that I am going to be reviewing today is the Starseed Oracle. This deck is by Rebecca Campbell, and the artwork is by Danielle Noel. And this is one of the very first decks that I bought as a metaphysical Christian. Sorry if I say a lot. I don't know what my issue is today. It's been a day. It's been a while, but anyway, it's been a few days since I've gotten behind the camera, so I feel a little awkward right now, but don't mind me. Getting back in the groove of things. So anyway, this is one of the very first decks that I bought as a metaphysical Christian. I really resonated with this deck, with the concept of starseeds. If you don't know what a starseed is, basically a starseed is this idea that you are a child of the cosmos. And I know that a lot of Christians don't really resonate with that idea, but I do. I feel like as a child of God, I feel like I am a child of the cosmos, like I belong to the universe. And so this really resonated with me. So the back of this deck says, have you always had a longing for home without really knowing what that meant? If so, you could be a starseed soul. This activating oracle will help you to unlock your gifts, connect with your cosmic origins, and remember who you truly are. So it's a really beautiful deck. I resonated with the artwork, I resonated with the concept, and so I bought this deck right away. So let's get into the cards. So if you open this up, you'll see that there is this little, the way that the box opens up, it has this little kind of stand here. This stand you can use for your card readings. So you can put cards, I'll show you an example. Let me pull out the cards here. So basically, if you just take two of the cards, you can put them on the stand like this and do kind of a reading like that. So they stand like this and they face each other on the stand. So anyway, I don't think I'm going to show you all of the cards because there are channels on YouTube that do show you all of the cards, but we are going to go through, actually, you know what? I might show you all the cards. Let's get into this. So let me scooch up here a little bit. So sorry, this is my first box review. So as you can see, the artwork is very it's very mystical, it's very cosmic. I've gotten this card quite a few times in my readings. So basically, you're probably wondering, as a metaphysical Christian, how do I use these cards? So for me, the way that I use them is I shuffle them and I ask God to give me the answers that I'm looking for. And I know that divination is a very touchy subject for a lot of Christians, and I've gotten this card a lot before. One of the very first readings I did, I got this card, and it was right after I had just been talking for like days with my best friend and my mom about the concept of a new earth, and I got this card, and I was shook. That's kind of why I wanted to show you this deck first as my first Oracle review, because I really resonated with this deck. And one of the things that I look for when I get decks are ones that don't really conflict with my Christian beliefs and values. And, you know, I feel like there's a lot of different beliefs when it comes to divination with Christianity. I do not look at the cards as fortune telling. I basically look at these cards as a way of connecting with God. I don't use them to predict the future. I'm not like, oh, okay, God, like, when am I going to get this? Or when is this going to happen? Or whatever. I don't do that because I don't believe really in the concept of fortune telling. I think the way that I use the cards, I was actually talking with a friend about this the other day. The way that I use the cards is that I will do a reading, and I have to make the choice to do what the cards or God, I should say. I shouldn't say the cards. I have to make the decision to do what God tells me to do, you know? And if the cards that God chose for me, you know, for that particular reading tell me to do something, then I have to do it, you know? It's not like it's going to just come true. Like this card, for example. So trust the timing. You know, it's not as if I am using these to be like, oh, when am I going to become a millionaire? When are my books going to, you know, take off? For those of you that don't know, I'm an author. That's why I used that analogy. You know, I don't use the cards for those kinds of purposes. I ask for guidance in my spiritual life. I ask for guidance in my personal life, and you know, I do the best that I can with what the cards are telling me, and what God is telling me. But I don't believe the cards predict the future. I don't believe they can. I believe you have to put in the effort to do what your higher power is telling you to do. So anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox here. I've rambled on long enough. Hopefully you can see these cards okay. They're coming up backwards on my screen. I really hope they're not going to be backwards for you. Child of the Cosmos. I love this card. I really do. I love that card too. But it's basically just a really beautiful deck, and I feel really connected, you know, with the cosmos and space and everything, and I feel like we're all interconnected. And I feel like we're all kind of starseeds a little bit, you know? And that's why I really resonated with this deck. And I wanted to share it with you today. We got one last card. And that is it. So, now, what I am going to do is I am going to pick a card at random, and we are going to read from the book. Now, I know that there are other channels that do, you know, reviews of Oracle decks and things like that. So, if you can think of any ways that I could make my videos a little bit more original, let me know. That's why I wanted to talk about how I related it to my Christian metaphysical lifestyle, because I feel like that kind of makes it a little bit more original. I don't know if I will go through all the cards in every video, but this is just kind of a practice round. So, I might change the format of these Oracle tarot card videos. I'm not entirely sure yet. So the card that we got is the 7 Star Sisters, Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life, and Expression. So let's pull out the little book here. And I feel like this is a very good book. Everything in here is always very accurate. It's always very, very, on point. So this says, there are new creations that want to be born, beauty that's yearning to be woven, new consciousness that's longing to be breathed into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in a new era of consciousness and do your bit in weaving the web of life. This is the card of the artist and the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? What new creations are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stop seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. Perhaps you're being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a new business or a book, or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty in your home or in the way you look. Regardless of the end result, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity, to surrender to the creative projects that both scare and excite you, to find a way to weave beauty back into everyday life. For where there's creativity, spirit and soul are present, and the world needs those qualities right now more than ever. So I actually feel like I really needed that card right now. So overall, as a metaphysical Christian, I feel like this really resonates with me. The concept of starseeds resonates with me. If you would like to see a video on starseeds, I could possibly do a video on that, because the concept of starseeds is really interesting. And I think other spiritual beings resonate with that as well. Other spiritual people, I should say, not other spiritual beings. But I really, really love this deck. It's one of my favorite decks. I don't go to it as often as I used to anymore, because I just have so many other decks. I now have 22, and I just like to use some of the other decks that I have more now, but I do really enjoy this deck a lot, and I think I don't have anything negative to say about it. It's a beautiful piece of artwork, and I really resonate with it. I know I keep saying that, but it's very true. And thank you so much for watching this video. I will likely do another deck review probably in a couple of videos. I probably won't do them right away. I'm probably going to do the deck reviews like spaced out every few videos. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure which deck I'm going to do next, but stay tuned. And I will see you guys again real soon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye.